Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Crust, Flopcast.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, joining me is my partner in crime, as well as the controversial cat mate. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, the only, it's Damo.
Hey everyone, how you doing? You will.
I feel like I'm getting way more like feral with those intros.
Yes.
Or like going like trying to go like full like with it. Who knows? Maybe I actually come up with something different.
Who knows indeed. Only time will tell.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually come up with a catchphrase. I mean, already come up with a fucking shitload.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yes, welcome on in, folks, to the Think Cross podcast, where we do occasionally talk about video games and the stuff surrounding it, when we're not getting distracted by real life shit or cats.
Mm-hmm. My boys have been relatively quiet
You
today,
say that, they're
so
gonna fucking start shit now.
yeah, probably.
You should
Probably.
not have
Seeing
said
what I'm
anything.
doing. Definitely. I actually had to get Saber to come out for his food. He was just chilling, having a nap, man. He was just like, I'm old now, in cat years, in the night.
Oh god, Ame, she didn't eat much. She didn't eat much of her food, but then again, she had a shitload yesterday, so we think that's why she didn't
Mm.
eat much. But yeah, no,
Valid though, very
she
valid.
went out for the walk with mum and
Mm.
puffing and panting to the point my mum had to have her finger down full on the acceleration on her scooter to keep up with Ame. Armo was
Oh.
proper belting it today because
Oh,
she
I
didn't get to go out
bet. That's so
yesterday, so.
cute. Mhm.
Oh, but yeah, her Arme's thing at the minute is still going for the knees, but I'll come down and obviously welcome him back, and Arme will immediately come running up and start rubbing herself into me,
Oh, bless her.
which I think is sweet as fuck. She's doing like a cat thing where they just rub themselves against you.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely cute. Like in the morning when she eventually does get out of bed, because sometimes she just doesn't want to move.
That's valid though.
When I go down and she's there, she'll
Mhm.
do the rub herself in, and then as I'm giving her a cuddle, she'll basically just like stay there with her head buried in me.
Oh, bless her.
It's like, you are too fucking cute, dog. You are too cute, girl.
Like, stop it. It's not fair. No.
uh, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, I can actually say there's not actually been much in the gaming world happening that is actually negative. There's actually been a fair amount of positive, although depending on who you're listening to, some might consider a fair amount uh, a negative, but that's depending on your own perspective.
Mhm.
But we'll cover that in a sec. But yes, as you know, folks, as is always with these, we do our best to research this stuff. We are only able to actually report on what we find. If you have stuff that tells otherwise, inform us in the comment section down below on YouTube. Hi, by the way. Um,
Sub.
or if you're watching this live on Twitch, then let us know in the chat, and we will react and let you guys know. Um, so if there's anything that is wrong or don't hate us, we're merely just the messengers.
Yep.
Because at the
We're
end
only
of the day,
human.
the truth is only down to what you want to believe. Same for us. We can only go by what we find. So if you want your own fully informed opinion, research your shit yourself.
Mhm.
So then you can be 100% sure on your sources.
Hell yeah.
But yes, with that being said, though, folks, Damo, what the fuck you been playing the past couple of weeks? Although I pretty much can
Well,
gather what you've been playing.
yeah, where winds meet, that ultimately did crash my stream, not just once, but twice,
Yep,
basically. Well, actually, yeah, twice.
yep.
We seem to have fixed the issue. I don't know if it's due to the fact I verified the files, or if it was down to the fact that my lovely about half ended up googling if there was a BIOS update needed. Now, bear in mind this BIOS update that I did, um, it's literally the beta version that was a few days after the last actual BIOS update which was last year.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's fixed it for now, and we don't have any worries, and then that way I can stop panicking until my birthday.
Aye.
Whether that actually happens or not, we don't know. We will test that out Wednesday, not Wednesday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, was it going to
After
be?
Life is
Because
Strange.
I know there was a talk. Was it actually you or Ven that was actually going to do the stream tomorrow? Because I know Ven talked
Oh
about.
shit! Yeah, no, you've got a point.
Because
Maybe
no,
I
Ven
should
did say
go.
something about actually streaming for the test tomorrow. It was either tomorrow or next Tuesday. I wasn't quite sure. Might be worth double checking on that.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, just thought I'd actually say because like I remember that being part of one of the conversations. Like, find out what's going on that front.
Yeah, I've just messaged her. I know that she's gone to do some activity, like
Yeah.
fitness stuff. So
I honestly, I would say the best time for her to obviously probably do that would literally be on a weekend or on a Friday. So then it doesn't. So then, if need be, you guys can take some time during the evening or whatever, or during the day to sort it out. I personally think that'll probably be the best. So it might be worth actually bringing that idea up.
yeah, I think it's because obviously like Fridays is more like basically obviously for the voice acting that's going to be coming up in
Yeah.
March.
That's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
obviously
Maybe
the
like Friday.
Tuesdays is
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe.
she...
So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe Friday or Saturday do it for a full-on test run. If not Tuesday. So then you guys have then a week to hopefully organise anything that might be any issues.
I think this is why we're deciding to do it on a Tuesday.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because like obviously she just wants to kind of like test the waters sort of thing, and obviously allocate like purely 2 days, which would be like the Tuesday nights with us, and then obviously the Fridays for the voice acting, and then obviously once the voice acting part's done, then she's obviously got like Friday to do whatever she wants in terms of streaming stuff. So,
Right. Okay.
yeah, so we're gonna do the initial test either this Tuesday or next Tuesday. Just waiting back for a response. Like I said, she's doing a fitness thing at the moment, so I don't think she'll be messaging like back too soon.
Probably might
She's
not
quite
hear anything
busy.
for initial.
A good
Probably
couple hours.
the initial chest. Hey,
Yes,
Ivana.
initial chest. Hey, Ivana, how you doing?
So yeah, apart from Where Winds Meet, you also after the crashes last Tuesday, you jumped on Hello Kitty as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, on Hello Kitty Island Adventure with Ivy for a little bit, where
Yeah.
ultimately, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Did I sulk? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Because, like, I really wanted it to work. I was showcasing my friends, like, Where Winds Meet Friends is, like, stuff and stuff. I was really excited, wanted to do some, like, photo mode ops and stuff like that, like, just to get some stuff done and have fun with it. Because when I lock into photo mode, I fucking lock in, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be uploading all the pictures I've taken on Where Winds Meet in Chaos's Discord server in the game stuff. That has now got a Where Winds Meet section at Chaos. Lovely, very nicely and kindly added for me today, literally just before stream started.
Yeah. Hey, I'm quick with it. I can literally just go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, so whereas mine requires a bit of a custom font situation, so I've got to try and find the website and stuff because I need to put it in my server too.
Hey, cheese.
Hey, cheese.
Yeah, actually, speaking of, I think it was Hello Kitty. I think it was I saw Mouse playing it and cinnamon rolls in it. I think.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls in it.
So yeah, as you can imagine, Mouse kind of went ape shit.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet.
If I can find the clip, I'll send it to you.
Naturally.
Because we all know how much Iron Mouse loves cinnamon roll. Bless her.
Oh, straight up, honestly. And then there's me with, like, Kurumi, like, hey, just because of the black and purple Halloween vibe, I love it. We also did, on Tuesday, we did some Life is Strange as well, remastered.
Yep.
Got quite far into that. Very fucking.
Yeah, you got the one last chapter, if I remember right.
Yep, we're on the final chapter now.
Yep. You also jumped back on Repo.
We did. We obviously need to just double check with Evie, but we may actually be doing Repo Thursday coming up.
Power of the Trash Cans has returned.
Hell yeah. With a potential added guest or two. Who knows?
Ooh.
Maybe. Once I have everything confirmed with everybody else first, then we may have an added guest or two.
Aye.
Are you going to be playing?
Me, no.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Hey, I'm just showing support, alright? You know me.
No, I know. It's all good.
I support my friends and the group.
Oh yeah. Um.
I'm literally dotted everywhere. You can at least find me, if not at least saying hi or not lurking.
Yes. And then obviously a bit of MU as well. Did some of the forest yesterday with Kai and Novus, which was nice. Hopefully, no appearance of Neil, Fable, and Millie. I mean, I
No,
don't know. It depends if Ivy's will gets spun.
no. You know what? You know what? I don't think we need to see an appearance from Neil. I think we need to see an appearance of John.
Oh my lord.
I'm gonna pay for
No,
that.
you really fucking are. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. That's what's gonna happen.
Nah, Kyle. Yes, yes. Kyle voice coming from the trash
You
can.
know what we
It'd be
need?
hilarious.
You know what we need? We need a voice wheel specifically for Inventor. So then when like either of us have to spin the wheel,
Yeah.
he has to spin that specific wheel.
He actually did propose an idea to me that I think would actually work better for you and Ivy
Yeah.
because you guys play more multiplayer games with him at the minute.
Hmm.
Where if it lands or where basically you put it on the wheel and if it lands on that particular thing, Inventor basically has to essentially spin that wheel and he does one of the things on the wheel.
So as in like add his name to the wheel, like sort of thing,
Yeah.
and then he's got to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I add it a couple of times considering how much shit is on my wheel?
You'd have to ask him on that one. That's
Dane?
that's a conversation between the pair of you. He did suggest me putting it on, but considering the fact at the minute the only actual multiplayer game that I'm playing that he can actually join in is Dark Tide at the minute. So yeah, I figured not putting it on there. If I was doing like other games where he was able to actually join in, then yeah.
Hmm.
But I figured it'd be unfair to actually have that put on and it not land.
Fucking hell,
Jeez. I ain't doing that. Nah, fuck that.
And in that way, when Inventor's like not around, say like on the Tuesday sort of situation, it then gets replaced with Vent.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I just thought of something actually.
Vent, do you wish for death?
I just thought of something actually.
Mm-hmm.
What if, say, that particular name is like replaced every now and then, depending on who you're with at the time? To say if Ven's not there on the Tuesday, you replace my name with it, and then I add your name to mine.
Oh Lord.
It's just an idea. If you say yay, good. If not, then it's just an idea.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Hey, Syntax.
Hey, Syntax, how you doing?
Henyo. I've got a video to show you later, actually, that I saw on Twitter. Basically, someone going through the word America and then just literally just like covering up all the letters, and then then her hand basically just it would only show both the A's, and instead of like just going she went yeah,
Like that, yeah. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, that was it. So, Banner was streaming yesterday, popped into general.
Oh yeah.
Completely forgot to give him the role for streamer because, you know, I thought he'd already had it. And I was like, oh, just let you know, like we are in January. He's like, no, that's fine, it's all good, I don't care. I was like, okay, cool. So like at one point going back and forth, it was just us two going ooh ooh, and someone's like, no, I like her ooh ooh better. And Banner was like, excuse me.
Oh fucking hell.
And he was also flirting with Inventor a little bit.
Who doesn't flirt with Inventor these days?
Oh yeah, no, you got a point.
They call me a man whore. The fuck is him?
Right?
That's why she
I like
ran
how
away.
Kane's like, make this man some chicken soup. Oh, like, you know, because he is watching My Beloved without plugging, obviously, because, you know, I just thought I'd give that context. And I'm like, he don't even like soup.
Hey, it's super.
Oh, sorry, he said soap, but that's not the point.
Or correct. Why do people have the
Naturally.
need to flirt with you? Me, says Ivana. Why do you flirt back?
That is a point. You do tend to flirt back,
Exactly.
intentionally or not. You do it.
It's the same as when I asked the question literally a couple of months back. Like when apparently people were saying that I'm the one that'll get pegged and something. I'm like, why am I always the one getting pegged? Why wouldn't they flirt with you? Is a better question. Exactly. Exactly, Cheese. Exactly. Cheese
Yeah, this
asking the
is
real questions.
yeah, exactly. Inventor, this is where you just turn around and be like, well, I can't help it if, everything that I said that comes out of my mouth is, as smooth as cream cheese.
I mean, he is inventor the sexy voice.
Yeah, it's true.
The name in the Discord that has not changed.
Nope.
So, inventor, when are you starting up your ASMR career?
Oh my. Syntax wants you to hydrate.
Will do. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about regular ASMR. I'm talking about Old Sexy Magicians Radio. I cast Imagine Dragons.
Oh lord.
See? I knew he was going to say that! I knew he was going to say that!
She's just like, I'd subscribe to that ASMR.
I mean, who wouldn't out of us lot, to be fair?
I can't remember which stream it was. I know it was within the last couple of weeks, right? It landed on Dummy Mommy Voice because obviously, like, that got put on there because, like, a few people were like, yo,
Dommy Damo.
Dummy Mommy, hello. And when it landed, the one time it landed on there, I was so flustered. I could not keep the voice together.
All of a sudden, like, I pop up, hey, Damo, I got a thing for you. Emails you, messages you a file. Yeah, you need to put this on your stream and watch this. It's just a fucking custom message from Rhea Ripley.
Honestly,
that would be
like,
you
bang
fucking
my head
melted.
on my table, like, bang.
You'd be fucking gone.
Right, and then I just go to like to my beloved boyfriend, like, babe, I need you to come over. Attitude adjustment real quick, please. Be right back, everyone. Goes on the be right back screen.
5
Owl
hours
goes,
later.
Yeah, like, a couple hours later comes back. Right, I'm back now, guys. What the fuck did you guys do? Oh, we were just tidying.
Yeah, tidying your insides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Kai was giving Damo a power bomb.
Like, ah!
Showing
What do you mean?
Showing Damon the true meaning of the term tombstone pile driver.
Oh my.
We completely deviated from what we were talking about.
We did.
And that's where I take my leave. Good day,
no,
sir.
Come back. You gotta watch.
No, he doesn't want to get the horn. So yeah, what else you been playing?
I've been playing a bit of Snowbreak. I did try out Fallout New Vegas a while ago, but it kept crashing on me. But I might give that another go, considering it's still installed. Obviously, that wasn't on stream. We did some for the King too.
Oh god.
I've been playing my phone games, sort of thing, and I've been having fun with them and stuff. I'm still in that like puzzle dragon whatever the fuck thing in the Alliance. I mean, like, they're really pretty fucking cool. Cause like, so I'm about to. It's not that spicy of drama, honestly. It's not like too dramatic. But I was in there one day, and then like basically someone was like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck's got like this is happening." So I've just like basically logged in at the right moment where I had no form of context. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck's going?" Well, obviously I can't say like what the fuck, but I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, just read like the world chat." So I did, And this dude is going off on one, accusing someone from our alliance of going after resources in their designated area on the map. And I'm just sat there like, what? I'm still baffled and confused at this point. So I've gone, what's going on? They completely ignore me and start basically like just massively having a go at like this person in my alliance and stuff. And this person in the alliance was just not having any of it. They were just like not having to go back or anything. They were just ignoring them.
Jeez.
And basically, like a while later, um, they're like, "Oh, I get a message from one of them privately, like one of the higher ups in the alliance, right?" And they're like, "Hey, so we need to talk about this." Like, look, the only involvement I had was asking what the hell was going on because I was very confused. Like, what actually happened? I'm still confused. Like, this dude is going ape for like no reason, like in my eyes. And then that's when they explained like basically like they want to just basically have an excuse to go after one of the top people in the alliance because like they
Uh,
want to find any reason to take full control and stuff. And I'm just sat there like, are you serious? It's just a game, bro. So I take it I'm not allowed to go to resources in the area. Yeah, pretty much.
people just like just go on a
Oh my
full power
god.
play. Like they take like
Honestly.
there's RP and then there's just being a dick, and that's just being a dick.
Right. Oh, just some drama in the phone game that I played that I'm in like an alliance thing, but it was like to do
It's
with a different
petty. It's
alliance.
petty.
It is petty shit basically. Um but yeah, so there was that and it was just like, what the hell, man? Like what's going on and stuff. But it's just it's crazy.
It's
Like
fucking nuts.
literally also as well, the promote quote unquote promotion for the sect that I'm in on Where Winners Meet as well, by the way. I'm no longer with my OG class anymore. I'm sad because I love those people, but I'm grateful that we do have a separate in-game group chat specifically so we can all keep in touch and support each other. But last night, I'm
Okay.
in this new class and I'm like, liking everybody's stuff, just letting them know, like, hey, yeah, I'm doing it, just give me like a moment, sort of thing, whatever. Like, hope you're all having a good day. This random dude that's obviously new to the class comes in being rude as hell, like said, "Oh, we were all spammers and all this, like, and we all beg for outfits." I'm just sat there like dot dot dot, and specifically went onto his profile, unfollowed him, unliked everything, just because he was being rude.
Bruh.
Because every time, like with the people that I've managed to like, make friends with in that sect, specifically from those classes, like we have a rule in the sect group chat, and I don't mean the one that's been made specifically in the game, but like as in the one that the game gives you,
Yeah.
so it kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
alleviates the spamming.
Yeah.
You should have told me you had a small PP. Like I was tired. I couldn't be bothered to react in such a way. I know it shooketh. It's amazing. It's great. But anyway, so basically, like, I had that petty moment just to do what I needed to do, like, sort of thing, because that annoyed me. But anyway, we have the rules of don't spam in the sect class group chat because that's annoying as hell. We're here to support each other. We're here to be kind to each other.
No, you know,
Don't be
I was
rude.
gonna
You know what
say,
I mean?
you know how you want just piss someone off like that? Just go,
Mm,
okay, and just carry on, just doing what you're doing.
yeah.
Just literally say, okay. Just literally say nothing but okay.
So like, I logged on this morning and I was just like, so just so you guys know, that one dude that came in and said what he said, like he was rude, so I just went and unfollowed and unliked his stuff specifically because he was rude. And they were like, well, what did he say? I'm like, I can't remember. I'm still waking up, like sort of thing. And they're like, oh, I was like, yeah.
It's a
Like
pet,
I don't know these people.
just a petty angry bitch. I don't play the game, and I don't think people are like that. Like, come on.
No, exactly. Like there's a few like oddballs here and there, like sort of thing that are very like trolly and stuff like that. But
It's
like,
classic Damo. Just to go, oh,
yeah,
I've
pretty
just
much.
woken up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But all in all, a lot of people on that game genuinely are quite nice.
Hmm.
I've had someone recently gift me like papers, like floral papers on the game, which you have to pay for like with real money to get the pearls and stuff that you need for it. Just because gave them support before the class promotion stuff. And I thought that was very sweet. And I was like, look, I am broke as hell. I'm gonna be honest, I can't do it back. I am so sorry. And they're like, why? I just wanted to make sure that you've got the love too. You're pretty freaking
Aww.
awesome. I was like, oh, are you in the group chat that was made? And he was like, no. And I was like,
I bet, do you want to be invited? And he's like, yes, I'd love to keep up with everyone. I was like, all right, give me a second. And I added him in and stuff like that. So we were talking about like different types of food and basically like how there's one person in there that is Italian. And I made a comment of like, I know how to make a decent carbonara, like kind of from scratch. And they were like, do you make it properly? I was like, look, I replaced the ham with bacon and I add like a little bit of a cheese flavor to the sauce. So it gives me that nice palate of flavor. And they were like, we don't use ham, and I can't pronounce it specifically what it is, but it's kind of like pancetta. Is it pancetta? Prosciutto ham, but it's a
Uh,
bit thicker.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, bacon's fine. It's okay as long as you don't like use milk cream." And I'm like, "But milk cream is actually kind of grim for me,
It's the
so you're
first one you said,
fine."
Damo. Says Kai. Says Kate. Yeah.
It's the first one that you said.
Yeah.
Because I think it was the what?
The Booty Call
What?
Club.
Okay, who?
That random that you invited. That
Oh
gave you...
no, honestly, like
that-
it's all good. Like,
Kane's just fucking around, you know it.
oh, okay. I was like, huh? Like, what? I'm confused.
Sorry, but that Booty Call Club is an exclusive only.
Right? Exactly. Honestly.
You have to be this tall to ride this ride.
I did, however, find out said dude is actually 6'3", and I'm like, oh look, my boyfriend's 4 inches taller than you. And he's like, well, he is tall, huh? Big giant. Yes, in more ways than one.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Damo.
And he was like,
Anyway, should we get back into it?
yes. So sorry. Oh, actually, not sorry about that deviation because it's still game related.
That's twice. That's twice we
This is me talking
deviated.
about.
Love
But
my
yeah,
Jack
apart from that, I don't think there's been anything else that I've kind of played recently. Apart from that and my phone game, Lumberjack Village.
Fucking hell.
So Chaos, what have you been up to?
I've been up to quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been playing obviously Bleach Brave Souls. I been obviously on Marvel Rivals, and you want to see I was on Neptunia Rebirth 3, but on Blaze Blue Entropy X.
Nice.
I have also been on Soul Hackers 2, Dark Tides, and last night I started Expedition 33
Hey, nice one.
for the first time, and I gotta say, I love it.
Nice.
I'm gonna give my quick review on it, just because I don't want to take up too much time. Kane, we're gonna bookmark that for a different one. No, I meant you get hooked into the game for fuck's sake. Oh! Hang on. All right, this is another deviation. How the hell does autocorrect go from get hooked onto the game to you get pregnant? How does that correlate? How? That's one of those ones that you've been sending me on fucking YouTube. On TikTok, sorry. That's one of those ones, isn't it? Where there's like reading out the different things. Autocorrect got pregnant. How would you go she got hooked onto the game to got pregnant? Again,
Oh, it's funny.
Kane, you're autocorrect. Fucking hell, I think you need to post videos on that shit.
Honestly.
Oh man.
Do it, man. Do it. Fucking do it.
I'd
Do it.
love to
Like,
see the
come on.
conversations between you and your girlfriend, and also not at the same time. Always correct to something nasty. Girlfriend's like, you bet. Nah. But yeah, I actually really, really, really enjoyed it. Although I did kind of pull an evil.
Of course.
When
did you do?
Sophie faded away.
Mm-hmm.
I may have said something along the lines of, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
No!
Yes! There's a clip!
How dare you!
There was a clip!
How dare you!
I said it, I told Beth I'd done it, and she's like, no!
Bonk the dragon. Bonketh thy dragon.
I'm sorry. There was an opportunity to do it. I'm surprised no one else has said it yet. I will say it was bullshit though. I do think like the whole you die, basically you get taken out when you reach a certain age, and it's like, I'm sorry, 33. That's so fucking young still. That's such bullshit.
Right.
Bruh, I get Gustav's, like, he's still grieving. At the minute, he's literally had no time to fucking grieve. Bonks his Hey, yo, what the fuck? Ivy!
Thank you, Ivy.
Bruh. Bruh, what the fuck? But, no, I do feel for him, and it's like, Lune, I fucking love her. She's like, she's fucking, like, her, like, she's so fucking good. Like, I've already got her built up. I've got her and Gustav at level 11, and I got Mael at level 10.
Nice.
Yes, I grinded, folks. Yes, I'm over leveling. Yes, what else did you fucking expect from me?
You kind of need to on that game anyway, in my opinion, a little bit.
I mean,
So,
they made it fucking. I mean, they made it fucking easy when I literally came across these enemies that spawn from a mine, from an underwater mine, and literally just shoot the two mines, weakens them to the point of just one shot each, basically takes them out. Or if there's three of them, boom, 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 all the mines take them all out.
Valid.
It's like, all right, bet, bang, 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 done. No damage. 20% boost to the XP. So it goes from 540 to like 720.
Nice.
It's like, fuck yeah. So, don't be surprised. I've also been taking on enemies that I probably shouldn't. There was this green, like, Lancer type. I guess I would say they call them Novern, but they look more like a type of golem to me.
Interested, but okay.
I've seen golems like that in other variations. So, and it was like a boss type thing, a mini boss, and I went in there and just basically whipped its ass without having to heal. I've not had to heal once in battle yet. Granted, I'm on the easier setting, but that's because I also want to get a hang of the dodging and parrying.
Yeah.
That is probably going to be the toughest part of the game, is trying to get the timing right.
Yeah, it can be, honestly, with the timing. It's very 50-50.
Chaos is a good time now because there's expansion with the game because of the game rewards. Yes, I did see. So don't be surprised if I don't actually jump into that and go, right, let's try it. Let's try my hand. Wow, overliving in your future, I see. We don't want to talk about what's going on this week.
Honestly.
We don't want to talk about what I got cooking, especially on Saturday. If you don't know what I got cooking on Saturday, well, look at the Discord, folks, at the stream schedule, and look on Twitter and Blueski, and you'll see. But yeah, I've been doing that. But yeah, overall, just from the 4.5 hours I did last night, I think it's an absolutely fantastic game, and well deserving of its rewards.
Oh yeah.
I generally think it is well deserved, and honestly, I can understand, and I would contribute to the hype of that game.
Straight the fuck up. It is a good game.
The music, it sets so fucking well with the atmosphere. The voice acting, top notch.
Oh yeah.
How the game looks, absolutely incredible. Gameplay, I love how they're combining turn-based with real-time mechanics. So you get a time to choose your actions, but then when it comes to actually being attacked, that's where the real-time mechanics come into play. And I love that. I've seen people talk about it and saying like, oh, it's not a massively defining and set a new trend in RPGs. And I agree with that. But the thing is, that's not the point of it.
No, exactly.
It stands on its own as its own game with its own stuff. And it works.
Like, surprisingly really well, though, as well.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Where I'm at currently is where I first watched you started playing it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because I first watched you as you just got Mael when you got into the mansion, and then you came across basically the faceless dude.
Oh, yeah, I know where you're at, yeah.
Took him out without any problem.
Nice.
Chaos is overlevel summified. You damn right. Wait till they bring the solo leveling game on PlayStation. You damn sure your boy's going to be whooping ass on that too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I can definitely see me playing more of that game as the weeks go on. Like, I'm definitely going to be playing that game to completion straight up. And I'm surprised I don't take on the extra area, which I did see Beth try and take on and got absolutely whooped.
Ooh.
Yeah, Beth got whooped when she tried it initially.
Ouchies.
Yeah. Walks in the new area. Oh, these guys are higher level. Bet. Walks out after I'm only just level 20. So, what was that about the enemies being tough in that area?
Oh, my lord.
Oh, come on, you wouldn't be surprised if I pulled that shit.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, to be honest, you're right.
It would be the first time I pulled that shit.
And it won't be the last.
Nope. As long as I have the power to overlevel, I will do so and stomp the shit and have everything that tries to get in my way. Also, son of a stinky.
Oh, my lord.
Well, in Best Defense, she is a max level, and that area is nearly the max level Stas. Bet.
Chaos be like, challenge accepted, motherfucker.
Just bet. Oh god! Although I do have a game coming out next month that will probably also be grabbing my attention as well. Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Oh yeah, that's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's coming out on the 13th. That's a Friday, so that's Friday. That'll be the Friday stream.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, multiplayers, but that's gonna. But you know, I've been pushing games off to do the multiplayer. I'll be playing with Chaos. Yes. I'll be that's something that we'll be doing. So we've deviated quite a bit, and we actually this actually took on way longer than we normally do.
I know. A whole entire 40 minutes, everybody.
I know.
Shooketh.
I know. We normally only go like at least like 20 minutes, maybe half hour.
I know, right?
So, with that being said, though, folks, it's time we actually get into the news that you guys are looking forward to. So, I'm going to start off with some unfortunate news. This was posted on the 16th of February, but unfortunately, Castlevania and Bloodstained developer Shutaro Ida dies aged 52.
Ooh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Shutaro Ida, the longtime Castlevania and Bloodstained developers, died at the age of 52 after battling cancer.
Ouch.
Best known for his work on the Castlevania series as the creative director on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Ida spent decades helping shape some of the most influential action platformers ever made. And if you played any of the Castlevania games, you'll agree to some extent. Especially Lords of Shadows. Good lord, those were good games. Writing in a statement translated by Automaton, ArtPlay co-founder Koji Igarashi paid tribute to Ida's legacy. In the early hours of Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, our creative director, Shutaro, passed away peacefully after battling cancer for approximately 1.5 years. Our project together was Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. It is no exaggeration to say that the numerous titles held as masterpieces would not have been possible without his contributions. His talent was truly exceptional. After I left the Castlevania series, opportunities to work together became fewer, but I am profoundly grateful that he accepted my invitation to join the current company without hesitation. I feel the success of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was made possible by his tremendous support. Looking back, he supported me for over 20 years. He was someone who consistently, throughout, thought about games, approaching development, and as if it were burning his life away. When it was discovered that he had terminal cancer in September 2024, it came as a tremendous shock. The subsequent year and a half of battling the illness must have been unimaginably harsh. And anyone that knows someone who suffers from cancer or has will understand that it's not easy.
No, it's really not.
It takes a toll, not just physically, but mentally as well. His passing is profoundly regrettable, yet knowing he is now free from suffering brings a sense of relief. Having run at full speed all this time, I hope he can now rest peacefully. Now he's probably going to be actually trying to. He's actually probably going to like trying to get the guys upstairs to like, hey yo, you guys need to check out this game. It's called Castlevania. It's called Bloodstained.
Fucking hell.
The game he was working on, Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement, is currently in development. It is a precious work imbued with his vision. We shall carry forward his aspirations and see the game through to completion, determined not to disappoint him. We ask your continued support and encouragement now more than ever. Our thoughts are with his bereaved family, and we over our deepest condolences. And the same here, over here, throughout my entire community, and I think I also go with Damo, and I say, rest in peace, good sir. Thank you for your contributions to an amazing series.
Fuck yeah, I 100% agree, honestly. Like, that is wow. It's so heartbreaking, honestly.
It really is. It really is. Like the funny thing is like, because I know a lot of people obviously liked the Castlevania Netflix series, at least the original 4 series.
Yeah.
To think that wouldn't have actually been possible without this man's work. That wouldn't have even actually been possible.
Like,
It's like,
honestly, it's just fucking hell.
yeah, it's Castlevania is such a. I don't play the Castlevania games much, but even I can't. I think they're fantastic games.
Yeah. I haven't played them in years, but I know the ones that you're going to
I have a bunch of like the collections on PlayStation, and I play them like sometimes off in my spare time, just because like I want to show them proper respect.
Naturally.
Just because like, I think they're like just so fucking good. And it's like you think from like that, and then obviously Lords of Shadows, like what we got from that, and obviously the entire lore behind Lords of Shadow, and the surprisingly very well in depth character development as well, especially over like the 3 games, because they even made one for the 3DS, I believe. That was tied in between the first and second.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think so.
Yeah.
Question mark.
I've watched cutscene movies of it, and it's like again, it's just a fantastic series in general. Because one thing I know one people have been wanting is a Lord of Shadow like remaster or like collection for current gen stuff. Because hell, I'd play the shit out of that.
Oh no, you would.
That was back on the 360 era. That was, folks.
Fucking hell, that is so long ago now.
Yep. Yeah, rest in peace, good sir. Thank you for your contributions.
You did good.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to rest up, dude.
Yep. Right. Demo?
Yes. Let's see. This one, Chaos actually, I believe, found. It was like, this one's for you. It's on the gamer. Baldur's Gate 3 console players just got a whole new race alongside a way to cheat on a mode. Lucky fuckers.
Alright, so time for me to download Baldur's Gate and do honor mode.
Honestly, I struggled so bad with honor mode. I failed very early on and fucked up.
Beats it first try.
I swear, if you beat the entire game first try on honor mode, I'm gonna smack you.
And I'm like, are you gonna smack me? Are you? You missed, bitch.
um. So yeah, honor mode is Baldur's Gate 3's biggest challenge. It limits you to a single save file where if all your party was wiped out, it's game over. Bosses are harder, enemies are smarter, and a game's economy is flipped, with the long rest costing 80 camp supplies. It's not for the faint-hearted, which, to be fair, they ain't wrong. They genuinely are not wrong in that aspect. Like, bro,
Even with a full squad of people tackling it, it's still rough.
Yeah, it is so fucking rough. Like, honestly. Thankfully, courtesy of some building players, Larian just added a way to overcome one of honor mode's biggest challenges in console version of Baldur's Gate 3, alongside a new race, some nifty new equipment, and a way to turn the game into a Pokemon-like.
Yeah, basically, they from what I looked into, it looked like they added some mechanics that would be considered like that.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Thandosh.
Yo, what's up, Toshi?
So yeah, basically, you guys got 16 brand new pieces of content.
We're just like meager considering how much content is actually on PC, but when you consider how much options there are on PC, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. 100%.
That they have to be selective considering the hardware that's available on consoles.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like,
So.
I get it. This year, Larian vetted and ported almost 100 pieces of content into Baldur's Gate 3's Xbox and PlayStation versions, whilst it's not quite the almost 17,000 available to PC players.
Yeah.
Console players have received access to D&D's 13th class alongside multiple other classes and subclasses and the ability to enhance both male and female tabs' private parts. It's been a relative feat. This is literally what it says in the article, guys. Like...
Yeah, that's why I thought, right, Damo can have this one because it's Baldur's Gate related, and I figured Damo might get a little laugh out of this.
Yes. So yeah. So for console players, the items / stuff that you get is Aradi's chest of presents, adds a chest containing many special gifts. Royal Knight progressive equipment set adds a full set of armor, weapons, and camp clothing to the Royal Knight. Royal Greatsword, Blade of the Corrupted King, as a greatsword once wielded by a king that eventually fell to the temptation of dark powers. Save Honor Mode, adds the ability to have multiple save slots in the Honor Mode. Lucky. Wings character customization, WCC basically, adds wings for characters with the ability to fly. Drunken Humming makes characters hum the Baldur's Gate 3 theme when drunk. Goliath Race for console adds a permanent polymorph spell that makes your character giant for the rest of your playthrough. D&D PHP 2024 All-in-One Beyond adds and updates content to align with the D&D PHP 2024 rules and other sources, including backgrounds, classes, feats, races, spells, and more. Stomp That Tadpole allows you to stomp on the Astral Touch tadpole even if you've been slurping down tadpoles on the regular. Anti-Hag support group restyled changes the anti-Hag group's outfits from Act 3. Wrong Way Pure Barbarian adds 12 new starter items for barbarians. BALL character capture gives you the ability to capture non-player characters in a ball and bring them along for your adventure.
Yep. Yes, Ivy, Drunken Humming.
Oh my lord, this is something else.
Now do you understand why I wanted you to read it out?
Yeah, I understand.
I read it, I'm like, that has got Damo written all over it.
Oh my god. Sorry. Priestess Gut gonna knock you out makes it so Priestess Gut knocks elves and drows out when her sleeping potion doesn't work.
So yeah, a lot of funny shit.
Yep. As well as Wrong Way Pure Paladin adds 12 new starter items for paladins. Aelin always summons Moonlight Slivers. Changes the game so that Dame Aelin will summon the slivers even if you side with her against Lorrocan. Skirby's Arcane Witch progressive equipment set adds an Arcane Witch inspired equipment set. So yeah, that is
It's a good selection, isn't it?
yeah.
Yes, Davo. Sounds like you got something to say.
Damn. Just damn.
Oh god.
That is very interesting.
Nothing else to add to that one?
Nope.
Alright. Maybe when I write my D&D adventure, I need to make a Pokeball. NPC ball, go! No. Non-copyright capture ball, go!
Oh.
So, I've got two quick things. I've got one quick thing to say, and then I'm going to get on to a bit of a rant.
Oh boy.
So, as many people have seen across the internet, Nintendo have fully confirmed and are now out for to actually pre-order Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch and Switch 2. Now, and it's only essentially £18 for each. Now,
Okay.
I've taken some time to think about it, and a lot of the internet is like, "Oh, I can't believe you're having to pay for this. It's not good. Why don't you put it on the Game Boy Advance emulator that you got? It's bullshit." Here's
Naturally.
fair argument. However, counter argument to which a lot of people are bitching about spending money for stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're bitching about having to spend money for the Nintendo Online expansion, which includes the emulators, which is essentially £35 a year, which is cheaper than any other fucking thing. It's cheaper than PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
So already, shut the fuck up. Second, if it was on the emulator, then you wouldn't be able to do anything other than just play the game. Now, granted, it won't have a lot of features. You won't be able to see battle online. You can only do local battle. So if someone else has got their Switch close to you and they're on the same, and basically you just hold the Switches together, so like that local. Kind of like how it used to be. It was cheaper than any first-party Nintendo game. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. For one payment, you then own the game. So if you don't have Nintendo Online, you can still play the game and you own it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So for $20 or £18 or whatever it is in the other currencies, you get to own either Fire Red or Leaf Green. I've got Fire Red because Arcanine.
Yeah.
Because best doggo. Like, what's not to love about a giant fire dog that was classed as legendary in its Pokedex? You know? But I think, yeah, people are bitching and moaning that they're having to pay for this. But at the same time, it's Nintendo. The fact that they're offering for people to be able to actually play it, when if they put it on the emulator, technically, if they wanted to be a dick, all they could do is just take it off the emulator.
Exactly.
The fact they're giving us the option to actually buy this as a complete separate game, generally, I believe, is actually one of the smartest moves they can make. And the only reason why they actually brought it out is because someone actually leaked that it was going to be, that this was actually going to come out. And the game comes out, these games come out this Friday on the 27th, which happens to coincide with the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, which is also going to be the Pokemon Direct. So we'll also have some other news in for us. Some people are thinking with the release of Fire Red and Leaf Green that they might also do the Gold and Silver remakes.
Yeah.
Which generally, if they were to do that, I think they would then basically every hater would probably shut the fuck up for a bit, because that's literally what people have been wanting for a while. And the Gold and Silver remakes are actually really difficult. For some reason, they're really, really tough. I played them and I can agree. So, if they are to do that, then yay. So, my only little thing is, people, think before you open your mouth in regards to this. Obviously, I'm not one to back up a corporate decision. And the only reason they did this is because they had no choice because it had been leaked ahead of time. I saw the leak. I didn't believe it because I needed to see it firsthand because I don't believe leaks.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the time they're just bullshit.
exactly.
So generally, I think from a business standpoint, this is a smart decision, and a consumer standpoint, it's also a good decision as well because they're giving us the option to own it rather than have it emulated. So now people have a legal reason, a legal way to actually play the game without worrying about Nintendo slapping them with a lawsuit.
Exactly. And I don't really see anything wrong with that, to be honest. I think that's actually genuinely quite smart.
Yeah, it's something that I remember kids returning it because it was so hard. Yeah, but here's the thing: I'd be down for it. Now, that wasn't going to be the main argument. It's just something I thought of while we were talking so far, and I thought I'd quickly just throw that in there before I go on to this next article, where my actual rant will take place. So, one thing I've always stated on here is, yes, we've talked about a lot of Xbox stuff and Nintendo stuff when they fucked up. And we've obviously spoken about PlayStation stuff when they fucked up. I.e. with Helldivers 2, what they did with the whole region lock thing on that one. Well, PlayStation have gone ahead and fucked up again.
Of course.
They shut down one of the studios that actually had been making games that a lot of people were wanting. Bluepoint Games has been will actually be shut down. Bluepoint is actually famous for making the Demon Souls remake. And they were known for making games like that. They were actually apparently even work on maybe making a Bloodborne remake, which is what people have been begging for ages.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people have been wanting. Hell, they even actually remade. They actually were the ones responsible behind the remaster of Shadow of the Colossus. So the fact that they shut them down, and what was the last game they actually had them working on? Do you want to know, folks? God of War live service game.
Yeah, that would have been fucking sick.
No, a live service game, as in pay for stuff.
I thought you mean like as in like, you know.
No.
No, okay.
Basically God of War, but with microtransactions.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
Yeah. That's what I mean by live service.
Multiplayer aspect of it, not. My bad.
Yeah. So they're shutting it down. And this is coming from PC Gamer. I think it's bullshit, and it's generally a stupid decision made on their part. Sony's confirmed a Bloomberg report saying that Bluepoint Games, the Sony-owned studio, which they bought 5 years ago, known for its remasters of games including Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls, is being closed in March. The shutdown will reportedly result in roughly 70 people being put out of work.
Fucking hell, that's just disgraceful.
Following a recent business review, the decision was made to close Bluepoint Games in March, a Sony representative told PC Gamer. Bluepoint Games is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community. We thank them for their passion and creativity and craftsmanship. Then why are you shutting them down then?
Exactly.
You fucking idiots. Why are you shutting them down? If they're responsible for making such great fucking games, why are you shutting them down? Why not let them make the Bloodborne remake? Because guarantee people will fucking eat that shit up if they made a PC port for it. Because that's what people have been begging for ages. People would eat that shit up. That would actually repair a lot of the damage you guys made through last year's fuck ups. Whoever's in charge of these decisions needs fucking firing.
Honestly.
Based on the description alone, you might think Bluepoint would be a team worthy holding on to, and it's not just empty words. There's a long history. The studio was founded in 2008 and handled the PlayStation 3 remasters of God of War and God of War 2, which were released the following year. Numerous other remakes followed over the years, most recently the 2020 update of Demon Souls for the PlayStation 5 that, despite our great hopes, never came to PC. Sony acquired Bluepoint in 2021. Most recently, Bluepoint was working on a live service God of War game, but Sony pulled the plug on that and several other projects following the disastrous release of Concord. Yeah, you tried to force them to make a game that they're not used to.
Exactly.
So why you shut them down and not let them cook? Pricks! I'm not into their games, but even I know when someone's making an incredibly bad decision like this, and it's stupid.
Honestly, like, I have no words. Genuinely, like, what is this shit?
It's the Xbox effect.
Oh, don't even.
Sony said in 2022 that it wanted to release 12 live service games by 2025, but by the time 2025 rolled around, it had cancelled 8 of those projects and effectively walked away from the entire strategy. Yeah, because Concord was such a great idea.
I know, right?
Yeah, because that's what the gamers want, is more live service games to which you drain more of our fucking money.
Right.
And what are currently gamers having to deal with? A cost of living crisis. The fact that no one can actually even get work or actually, actually keep work because so many places are actually getting shut down. Yeah, let's charge people even more just for games. It's not like your games are already like 60, 70, 80 pounds a fucking game, and some of the time they're not even worth that damn price. Assholes. That may not bode well for Sony's one-time crown jewel studio, Bungie. Destiny 2 is in a dire shape. Yeah, no fucking shit. They keep just letting people go. If you guys haven't heard how bad Bungie have been, look up Skeletor Hates Bungie. They talk about some of that shit in a funny way, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're up shit's creek without a paddle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sony is visibly running out of patience with it. Yeah, because you thought it would make you a shit ton of money, but then... It's entirely speculative at this point, but if Marathon fails to catch fire in a very big way, Bungie's future could easily fall into question. So, you'd have thought by now, after the past couple of years, people, more specifically these fucking companies, would have learned.
You would have thought, but not always, it seems.
The thing is, I stated this when I watched the PlayStation State of Play. Because anyone that actually watched my stream, because I streamed it and I watched it, I generally, honestly, when I saw it, I'm thinking, oh no. It's just another team shooting game. And there's already, I'm sorry, but that market is oversaturated. And I'm sorry, but they're not going to beat the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Nope.
Despite whether it's good or not, they're not going to beat those games. Because that's what they're thinking is going to happen. But it ain't going to work. Marathon is doomed to fail from day one. Yeah, honestly, the sad thing is, Ben Starr has actually thrown his... he's apparently one of the voices for one of the characters in the game. And I hate to see that. I honestly don't think it'll do well. I generally don't think it's going to do well. And I'm afraid that we're going to have another Concord situation on our hand where it'll just shut down in under 2 weeks.
Again, it's just one of those, it just would not surprise me in the slightest. As horrible it is to say, it's the truth. Like,
And then what's going to happen? Bungie's then going to be shut down. Why? Because the top execs can't actually make fucking half-decent decisions. Stop appeasing your shareholders and thinking your goddamn player base. Because how do you appease the shareholders? By getting in money. How do you get in money? By appeasing your fan base. How do you appease your fan base? By giving them what they fucking want.
exactly.
Dickheads. For fuck's sake. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go on one of these rants this early in the goddamn year.
Well, tough shit. Looks like you are.
Fucking... How many times have I had to literally quote fucking Adam Hills?
Honestly, it's so much. Too much, even.
I'm going to have to quote it again. Can all these fuckers just stop being dicks? Or better yet, stop sucking dick.
Oh my god.
From stealing art to using AI for coding and server control, they've been lawsuited 10 times during their building of the game for theft of stuff and defamation character? Yep,
Again, doesn't surprise me.
yep. The answer to that is no, says Ivana. Fucking. So yeah, Sony are fucked up, and Bungie is on its way out. I would love to turn around and say Marathon actually would do well, and it saved them, at least kept them afloat for a little bit of time. But considering the state of Destiny 2, I wouldn't be willing to put money on that. The odds are most certainly not in their favour. It's going to take more than that 20 to save them on this one. I think if they would have tried,
So much more.
I think a roll to save them at this point would have to be at least a 50. And that's not possible.
At least.
At least they might. At least if they rolled a 50, yeah, you say at least. Yeah, that might be somewhat of their saving grace to actually buy them some time.
Mm-hmm.
But gold will fucking bet it. So yeah, that's the end of that rant. Demo.
Yep. Also, update. It's next week, not this week.
Alright, so it's happening this week.
No, next week.
What
It's
is?
happening next Tuesday.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Yes. So let's see. The Song Game Rant. Hmm.
Is it going to be the Valve news?
Yes, it is Valve.
Aha.
Valve just won its Rothschild lawsuit.
Yep.
Valve, the game
Because
developer.
we all saw that coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
I just all I saw in front of me was like going, Ivy. I got distracted. I'm sorry. Are you busy? Oh my god.
Right.
Valve, the game developer and publisher that's also at the helm of PC game distribution platform Steam, has won its lawsuit against Leigh Rothschild and Company, one of the most revered entities in gaming. Valve has been responsible for some of the most critically acclaimed properties in the industry since its founding in 1996. Valve's litany of popular franchises include Half-Life, Team Fortress, Left 4 Dead, and Portal. The company also published Dota 2, the sequel to the fan-made 2003 title Defense of the Ancients, that helped to popularize the MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, subgenre. In addition to its development and publishing work, Valve is also the company behind Steam, the incredibly successful PC game distribution platform. Valve has also produced a wide range of hardware devices since its inception, including the company's portable Steam Deck, which allows players to enjoy a large portion of their Steam library via the handheld device. The upcoming Steam machine promises to bring a similar experience to living rooms, granting players the option to play their PC titles in living rooms by way of a Steam-based home console.
So
Have we got more? I think. Yeah, we do have more. Okay.
yeah. So to summarize, to give a quick TLDR, folks, so those who are unaware, Steam/Valve will be sued for apparently unfair monopolization when it came to prices on their store. Yet anyone that actually has even a glimmer of intelligence can actually see Steam is actually not robbing. They're not robbing the poor; they're robbing the rich by basically giving everyone on there so many goddamn offers to the point where you would think it would actually hurt them, but if anything, it actually helps them because it builds up a good reputation.
Oh, this is something different.
Oh, it's
This isn't
different.
that
Oh,
one.
okay.
This is a different one. Yeah, I'm gonna do the that one in a minute, but
Aye.
still, and it's just her basically explaining her reasoning. So it's not so much that it's like a one thing, but yeah,
All right.
yeah. Valve has experienced a major victory in its 2023 lawsuit against Leigh Rothschild, his lawyer, and their associated companies. According to court documents on the case, a judge ruled that Rothschild and Company have violated both Washington's Patent Troll Prevention Act and its Consumer Protection Act, while also committing a breach of contract against Valve. The lawsuit entered around patent US 8856221B2 comes after years of strenuous legal action between the two entities, and Valve's success could set a major precedent for other businesses in a similar court cases. Rothschild, an inventor and head of host of companies, holds
An
several
inventor.
patents. Yeah,
Well, I didn't know that it was part of this. Jesus, man.
I know, right? Holds several patents, both granted and pending. The patent in question is listed as a system and method for storing broadcast content in a cloud-based computing environment. In 2016, Valve had entered into an agreement with Leigh Rothschild and Rothschild Broadcast Distributing Systems, also known as RBDS, his company and the holder of said patent, despite holding a perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free, fully paid-up worldwide license for this patent and others that Rothschilds hold. Valve was sued by Rothschild for patent violation in 2022. Rothschild once again took legal action against the creator of the Steam Deck in 2023, with another lawsuit specifically focusing on Valve's use of its patent. Valve responded to this legal action by filing its own lawsuit against Rothschild himself, RBDS, and several of his other companies, along with attorney Samuel Mailer and Mailer Legal LLC. This lawsuit alleged that Rothschild, his attorney, and the associated companies acted in bad faith when taking legal action against Valve. With a judge ruling in the developer's favor on every one of its claims, this ruling sets a new precedent in legal action taken over patents. As Valve took major action against not just RBDS, but Rothschild himself, alleging that his many companies serve as alter egos for the inventor. This violation of the Washington Patent Troll Prevention and Consumer Protection Acts places the attention on the individual responsible, preventing the ruling from focusing on any shell company that Rothschild may own. The ruling may allow other companies to more effectively target patent trolls, individuals or businesses that hold numerous patents with no intention of using them, instead profiting by taking bad faith legal action against those who do utilize the methods and technologies they patent. With patents playing such a major role in the world of gaming, this could prevent the industry from being overrun by these disingenuous individuals who disingenuous, thank you. Individuals who simply look to capitalize on the work of others.
I kind of gathered that's what the word was when you were trying to read it out.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Sounds like
so. That's good news because, like, why would you do that? You know,
why are people attacking Steam?
Honestly, like, bro,
like, they're the last people you should be attacking. I'm pretty sure I can see 3 companies around that actually they would actually fall into some of that category.
Mm-hmm.
One starts with a P, one starts with an X, and one starts with an N. Can you guess what they are?
Have you got any others?
I do have one more.
Yep.
So, Highguard. Not exactly had itself a great start. That's because it seemed like a lot of bad things were kind of behind the scenes in this production, and then when they revealed it at the Game Awards, it was a sudden thing that happened, to which they weren't even going to do. Apparently, they were going to shadow release it. They were not even going to drop a trailer. They were just going to release it, which would have probably actually saved them a bit more hassle. But this is coming from PC Gamer. Laid off Highguard developer cuts loose on the reaction to the infamous Game Awards reveal trailer. We were turned into a joke from minute 1. Formerly technical artist Josh Sobel says false assumptions and rage bait were major contributions to Highguard's failure to connect with players. No, it was the fact that you guys didn't actually have much in the way of modes and much as anything else on release, to which several people and streamers who actually jumped on the game to actually test it out actually offered. Check out Dokibird, who offered a legitimate criticism to which could have actually made your game even better. In wake of the layoffs at Wildlight Entertainment, just over 2 weeks after the launch of Highguard, yep, it's doing that well, Former lead technical artist Josh Sobel has shared some raw thoughts on the matter on a lengthy post on X, saying it was all downhill after the Game Awards reveal at the 2025 Game Awards. Internal feedback on High Guard prior to its reveal was quite positive.
Mm-hmm.
If it quite positive, was it? Sure, they just weren't gaslighting you at this point.
Honestly.
Sobel wrote, there was apparently a widespread expectation that the game was a surefire hit. And yet people got their hands on it for 5 minutes and already they didn't like it. What does that tell you? The day leading to the Game Awards 2025 was amongst the most exciting of my life. After 2.5 years of passionately working on High Guard, should have said 2.5 years, not 2.5, but we were ready to reveal it to the world. The future seemed bright. But then the trailer came out and it was all downhill from there. The trailer arrived at the very end of the Game Awards in the coveted Just One More Thing spot, which it shouldn't have done. They should have revealed it earlier in it. But it didn't land with quite the impact that Sobel and Wildlight expected. I said in my own immediate reaction to the trailer that High Guard's characters look like they all have the personality of a space eater. That's the, I believe that's the person that wrote the article that said this.
Okay.
The person, they all have the personality of a space heater. That's something. And that's maybe a little harsh, but I stand by it. Full disclosure, I've never played High Guard because my rig won't run it, so I'm literally just calling it as I see it. And as High Guard's criticism goes, that was on the mild side of things. Sobel said the hate started immediately aimed at High Guard and also at him personally. After locking his X account the day after High Guard was revealed, he said that many content creators made videos and posts about me and my cowardice, amassing millions of views and inadvertently sending hundreds of angry gamers into my replies. They laughed at me for being proud of the game, told me to get out of the McDonald's applications, and mocked me for listing having autism in my bio. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. If someone's actually got autism, you shouldn't mock them for that.
No.
Which they seem to think was evidence that the game would be woke trash. No, here's the thing. I've seen some gameplay of it, and generally it felt like, from what I saw, it looked like the game wasn't even fully completed yet. Because it was just basically one mode that was 3v3. If they took the time to actually add some more stuff, it may have been positive feedback, but when you consider there are other games that are literally have a 3-person team shooting style on a big map, we got the likes of Apex Legends, just to name one of many. It's kind of oversaturated. It's again another team shooter, like literally what we spoke about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where they sort of fell flat. I wouldn't say... honestly, if you're throwing hate at them and just being mean, don't. You shouldn't do that, period. Give general criticism. If you got nothing but hatred to say, then fuck off. There's enough of that already as it is, with people claiming that gamers are nothing but full of hatred. And that type of thing just enforces it. There's no way to know how High Guard would have fared if the pressure of that Game Awards trailer hadn't been placed upon it, Sobel wrote. But it doesn't really matter because we never got the chance. We were turned into a joke from minute one, largely due to the false assumptions about a $1 million ad placement, which even prominent journalists soon began to state as fact. Within minutes, it was decided this game was dead on arrival, and creators had now had free rage bait content for a month. Even one of our videos on social media got downvoted to hell. Comment sections were flooded with copy-paste meme phrases such as Concord 2 and Titanfall 3 died for this. Yeah, the very people that were from... Because they put on release from the people that made Titanfall and Titanfall 2, to which they then removed that on Steam. Mm-hmm. Because we've been wanting a Titanfall 3 for years. Because story-wise, option for it. And to be honest, it would go down really well because Titanfall worked. Although, considering the state of how a lot of game developers are at the minute, I think it wouldn't. So it was kind of a good thing. At launch, we received over 14k review bombs from users with less than an hour of playtime. Many didn't even finish the required tutorial. Is it review bombs at that point? If they actually had played the game and they didn't even make it past the tutorial and they didn't like it. Review bombs are when people just literally do it for the sake of it and they don't even actually play it.
Like, I don't see how it could be like review bombing if you've like you know what I mean, like at least
Yeah.
played it a little bit.
Yeah, so you have some form of insight. The bitterness in Sobel's message is impossible to overlook, and fair enough. His wounds are still fresh, and I don't think there's any question that many of the reactions to Highguard reveal were hyperbolic beyond all reason. But his emphasis on the universally positive pre-release feedback reflected in statements from the observers like, there's no way this will flop, and this has a mainstream hit written all over it, suggests to me that more dispassionate and critical eyes throughout the development process was sorely needed. Yeah, sounds like it. Live service games can and do flop more often than not. Literally what we spoke about earlier with Marathon. It's easy and maybe even tempting to say that haters won out, but more thoughtful critics, including our own Morgan Park, that'd be the people at PC Gamer, found Highguard to be a perfectly fine but far from remarkable experience. As Morgan wrote in his 65% review, it takes the chaotic spirit of Rust or Minecraft Bed Wars and sands it down until it's frictionless and bland. The thing is that with bland stuff, though, you can build up stuff on top of that.
Mm.
I don't like seeing games fail, and to be clear, Highguard is still around. Wildlight said a core group of developers will continue innovating and supporting the game. But the reality is that Highguard pulled in hundreds and thousands of players and Twitch viewers when it launched in January. They just chose not to stick around. So, in regards of Highguard, I was thinking about I was tempted to actually give it a crack, but after seeing loads of footage on it and people actually giving it a crack, I decided it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, for a lot of the time, from what I've seen, that's basically been the case. A lot of people played it and they just didn't like it. However, there have been some people that worked on it that have kind of lashed out on social media that is sort of attributed to a lot of the negative feedback as a result. I get when you've worked on something for a long time and then you get immense negative feedback, it does piss you off to a certain extent. However, when also they claim that content creators used it as a bait for viewers. Every single person I watched who actually played it actually gave it a fair crack. They gave it like 4 or 5 hours, played it, and pretty much they all came to the same conclusion that it was bland. But if they added some other stuff to it, like, because the map was too big for a 3v3. If they added PvE elements to it, like what you got with Hunt Showdown and stuff like that, it could actually work and sort of stand on its own to a certain extent. And generally, I think those sort of calm statements and more hopeful criticism work. We need more stuff like that. Just going out and just straight up rage baiting and attacking people on a personal note is no. Regardless of how you feel in regards to Highguard, just don't do that, period. And I think that's one of the problems with social media. Locking responses, honestly, in this instance, I think might actually be the right call for him. I wouldn't say it was cowardice. I'd say, considering how people can be with autism, they decided to protect their mental state from the overwhelmingly disrespectful attacks. If you're going to criticize the game, then criticize it in the review pages. If one of the developers asks about it, give genuine criticism with possible ways they can actually improve, or like modes they can add, or stuff they can add, or maybe stuff they can actually improve on. Say a character stuff doesn't work. Do that. Don't hate. Don't just attack. Because that's how bland stuff can actually become better.
Like, it's good to give criticism,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Yeah.
And, like, it's good to take the criticism, because how else are we meant to learn and grow unless we have some form of criticism?
Yeah. And the thing is, something that they're claiming that there's some of the blame they're trying to throw on the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if they hadn't had that trailer at the Game Awards, people may not even actually be talking about the game.
Yeah.
Because if they were going to shadow release it, like reports I've been seeing claim to be true, then people wouldn't even be talking about it, which, if anything, might actually be worse.
Exactly.
At least the fact that people are talking about it, meaning that it's in the limelight. You just gotta sift through the bullshit, look for the genuine criticism on how you can improve the game from the community, and then you can actually turn those haters into likers.
Yeah.
That's actually the way to go about that.
Exactly.
So,
Like, take the criticism on board. Like, you know,
yeah,
see what it is. Go from there.
don't do
Go
what
and bash people. Don't go rage baiting and whatever. Like, it's not a good look.
don't
And
do
it'll
what
actually turn people away quicker than you could, like, say anything, really.
don't do what some of the Concord people did. See what they did and learn. See what they did in regards to the social media responses and learn from that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. My last one.
Alright.
I actually found this today, to be fair, because we didn't really get an explanation from the person doing this. So this is on GameIndustry.biz about the Vicky Shotbolt explaining why she is leading a lawsuit against PC games market's biggest player, aka Steam/Valve. This is a bit of a long-winded one, honestly. So
Take your time.
This is how it starts off. The economics of platforms and storefronts have become an increasingly significant talking point in the last decade. Driven in a large part of Epic's Tim Sweeney, his long-standing complaints about revenue share on digital storefronts resulted first in the launch of the Epic Game Store, which charges developers 12% of sales revenue, and then broadly successful lawsuits against Apple and Google, which compelled them to support alternative storefronts for games on their platforms. Valve, meanwhile, has persisted in its 30% charge on games sold on Steam, which remains the largest PC storefront, despite Epic's efforts, which, to be fair, if you know, you know what's gone down and happened on the Epic front here. We've covered it many a time.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the United States, developers Wolfire Studios and Dark Cat Studios separately filed antitrust cases in 2021, alleging that 30% was excessive. The following year, they were consolidated into a single case, which was granted class action status in November 2024. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, there is a similar case led by class representative Vicky Shotbolt, CEO of digital safety firm Parent Zone. The case brought by law firm Milberg asserts that Valve is in violation of competition law. Last month, a court ruled it had to go to trial despite the company's objections. Despite leading the case, Shopball respects Steam and the service it offers to consumers. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic platform from a gamer's point of view, she says. But the reason I became involved in the case is that my work is all about digital. It's about how you use digital in positive ways and how you unlock, enjoy, and embrace opportunity. Games are such a vital part of their ecosystem. It's an important industry. It's important for young people who enjoy it and play in it. It's important for the adults who have spent an enormous amount of time socializing, playing games, and so on. Games is a really important sector, and therefore it needs to operate fairly and not overcharge. Fundamentally, Steam is a big and important platform for a big and important ecosystem. It needs to cooperate fairly, and it's clearly not.
There are a few points at the heart of Shopbolt's case. The first, whether Valve is harming consumers by charging a 30% revenue share to developers and publishers in court filings. Lawyers describe this as excessive commission charges and claim this drives up costs for consumers. The second main point concerns Valve's price per parity? Variety?
Priority.
Yeah. Requirement, which means that companies cannot sell Steam keys on other storefronts unless they do on Valve's. Per the company's own Steamwork documentation, you should use Steam keys to sell your game on other stores in a similar way to how you sell your game on Steam. It is important that you don't give Steam customers a worse deal than Steam key purchasers. That really made a case that's very compelling for me, says Shopbolt. That's the thing that means that these games cannot be sold cheaper elsewhere, and that instantly means that the market is skewed. Now, before I continue, I want to make a very valid point. There are plenty of storefronts online, such as what used to be formerly known as CD Keys, as well as a bunch of others that are out there, that do actually sell a lot of Steam games a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, formerly known as CD Keys is, in my opinion, quite legit. I have gotten
Loaded.
Yes. I have gotten Nintendo memberships on there. I've gotten quite a few of my Steam games from there. And they align either with the sale or even cheaper than the sale at points, dependent on the game. I actually was able to get one of the games, I believe Silent Hill 2 Remake, as well as a few others, for a fraction of the price that it would actually have costed for the deluxe edition.
Mm-hmm.
So that, unless I'm interpreting it wrong, which I very much could be, does not make sense to me as to why they're saying that's the case when, you know, you go to these sites that genuinely are legit. Now, with CD key aspect, like, you know, storefronts such as Loaded and a few others, always do your research, make sure you look at the reviews and make sure, you know, it's legit, because some of them genuinely are not. And you have to be very, very careful.
Do you mind if I throw my 2 cents real quick? Because it's kind of how it sounds to me.
No, go for it. 100%.
It just kind of, the whole thing, it just sounds like she was brought in to try and make it look like there's some unfairness going on Steam's end by a bunch of people who are either butthurt because they're not getting more money from Steam, or are trying to force Steam into a position where they would get more money out of Steam.
Yeah.
That's
what it does seem like.
It just sounds like a lot of corporate bullshit that's not basically throwing their teddies out the pram, so they're going the lawsuit route. When you look at the lawsuit that they just literally beat, that was pretty much a similar thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're trying to sue them for a quote-unquote unfairness when it comes to the market, yet they literally are one of the most fairest stores around. And yet when it comes to creators, yeah, they have to take obviously their share to obviously keep it running, which is fair. They are a store, they're a business as well, so they have to try and make some form of money from those that are actually putting the stuff onto their store. It's kind of par for the parcel, where, like, hello?
Yeah.
So
but
it just seems a load of bullshit, and it might be, I think, a case that they'll win again against them.
Possibly. But yes, we will continue the article. One of the sentiments in the lawsuit is that Valve's revenue share is putting up prices for consumers. What conviction then does Shopbolt have that if the Steam giant were to reduce its slice of the pie, developers would reduce costs for gamers? None, they may not, she admits. That is out of my control. You could put a stake in the ground and say developers should not be being charged that 30%. That is too high and not reasonable, and not a reasonable amount of money. What you'd hope would happen in that some developers will bring their prices down and they'll pass that on to the consumer. I believe it will happen because that's how markets look, but it can only happen if that price parity obligation also goes away. Of course, it's possible that developers would get together and make greater profits from their games, but one would hope a market would respond by saying it's in my interest to cut my price now and pass that on to the customer. Another issue that Shopbolt raises with Valve is its market dominance. Developers feel like they have no other alternative than to list their game on Steam, as it is by far the biggest platform in PC games.
Epic
And
Games, hello.
that was literally mentioned at the beginning of, the article, but yeah. It isn't right for the developers who put in hours of work and creativity to develop these games then to have to pay Valve such a hefty fee to get a game on the platform that dominates the market, she says.
All right.
If you
They claim that she's claiming that their people are claiming that it's unfair that Steam's the only one, the only big one.
Mhm.
All right. What other platforms are there then? Instead of actually
You
bitching
got
and moaning about Steam actually being the biggest one, list all the ones there. List all there is.
exactly.
Epic, like
GOG.
GOG, yeah. Like if they're gonna bitch and moan about it, not about them literally just dominating the market and charging too much, then they may be looking in the wrong place. They want to look at PlayStation and Xbox for how much they're charging on their games, and Nintendo.
Exactly.
It just sounds like the other lawsuit,
Mhm.
but they're just trying to put it behind legal jargon, and it just sounds like they really are full of shit. And that they are just sorry there's not another platform to which they can make more money.
Mm.
So, I don't know.
If you want to develop a PC game, you want it on Steam. It's not like developers have 10 other options. That's what makes the
Thank you,
case, I
Cheesy,
think,
gifting
so important.
subs to Astaroth
Because Steam
and
has had
Chives. Very much
market
appreciate it,
dominance
my
for a
dude.
long, long time, and it shouldn't be exploiting that. The majority of Shopbolt's work to date has been in digital safety on how kids, in particular, can stay safe online via her organization, Parent Zone. At a time when Steam and similar platforms are coming under fire for content they host, even losing access to a massive payment provider, that it is slightly surprising that Shopbot has engaged Valve over how they price games. Rather than the issues of online safety, she sees it as simply one route to improve the online experience.
No, it's just money. That's all it is. It's not. It's not about safety. It's literally. It's all it is. It's just money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So it's bullshit. Yeah, no, I honestly don't think she's gonna win this. I think Steam are gonna win this one.
The irony is she's literally suing for, the entire 30% thing, right?
Yeah.
But yet she goes on to say safety is important because we want people to use digital. There are lots of things about the Steam platform that I would say are problematic, including its links to things like skin gambling. No idea.
That's CS:GO.
Okay, cool. Competition law is just one lever we can use to improve the digital world. Competition law is more interested in financial topics than those topics. If the class action wins the trial, Milberg is demanding up to £656 million in damages to be paid out to UK consumers affected by Valve's practices on Steam. Beyond that, Shopbot would like to see a more equitable relationship between Valve and its developers when it comes to profit sharing.
All right, quick question. Who are these quote unquote? How many of these quote unquote users will actually see any penny of that?
That I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Probably none.
Exactly. It claims that it would go to it claims that it goes to the users in the UK, but guarantee a fair amount of it will go back into her hands and the corporate's hands. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
I could be very off base, but
A market operates best when it's possible for developers or whoever's producing the product to take it elsewhere and discount it and price it at whatever they want to price it as, she explains. Now, before I continue with the last bit, okay,
mm-hmm.
I still stand by my point with what I said earlier. However, For example, um, yes, okay, it's a free to play game, and you know you can put money into it, whatever. But Where Winds Meet, for example, not only do
Yeah.
they have their game on places such as Steam, Epic, they also have their own client, quite literally their own client that you can download and play through that instead.
Yeah. Quite a few other
So
games are also doing that.
exactly, it's a very popular thing at the end of the day because you know they want to make sure that they have everything all right. They just want to make it also accessible to other people as well that you know maybe wouldn't want to download the client specifically.
Yeah.
Like
It.
you know,
Uh, cover your nose, folks. It smells like a lot of bullshit coming from
hmm
their end.
this is probably going to be a terrible analogy, but imagine if you're a manufacturer. This is the most British thing ever, by the way.
Go on.
But imagine if you are a manufacturer of baked beans and the only place you're allowed to sell them is Waitrose. You can choose to sell them in Aldi, but you're not allowed to do that at a lower price. It's fine that Waitrose gives customers a nicer shopping experience and they've got more staff and all of that stuff. If they want to add bells and whistles, then the consumer can expect to pay more for the product. But if the consumer chooses to go to a warehouse and buy the product without the bells and whistles, they should be able to do that. I acknowledge that Steam does offer bells and whistles, but that shouldn't mean that you can't sell your product elsewhere for less.
Um. Yeah. I would. Should I put my 2 cents on this, or shall I leave it?
I'm kind of intrigued. I'm not gonna like say that I wouldn't be because that would be a lie. I'm kind of intrigued, but this is that is the most British sentence ever.
All right. Let me put it this way: Waitrose is a quote unquote higher end store like M&S,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Lots
say
of
that and
expensives.
it costs more, so
Yeah,
they force the bells and whistles on there.
exactly.
Now, trying to compare Waitrose to Steam, who offer
Mm-hmm.
more discounts and chances to actually earn free shit
Mm-hmm.
than any other online store currently for video games. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can't make that comparison.
No.
Comparing that to Waitrose is, I'm sorry, to my understanding, when it comes to actually customer support from Waitrose, having worked at Waitrose and then Steam, I'm sorry, it's a completely different reality. Steam, to my knowledge, and from those I've spoken to who have actually had to deal with the customer support has actually been very helpful.
Yeah. And I can actually say that over like my hand on heart with the whole debacle about, you know, getting the refund for that game,
Yeah,
you know, because the company did bad. And ultimately, I did have to Google how to get a hold of their support because I was a bit confused.
but the fact is that
Um,
information's readily at hand.
yeah, exactly. And that was literally when I Googled it, it wasn't a Reddit post, it was on a Steam community page
Yeah,
on
which
how to do it and stuff like that.
which
And their customer support was like, I am so sorry that you were having to experience this. You will be given a refund.
which
Here you go.
which there's the thing, they have their own community page for putting out more information. Trying to
Yeah.
compare that to a higher end retail chain is it's stupid. Clearly, this woman doesn't go to the fucking doesn't go to the local co-op.
Well,
Clearly, she
Tesco.
shops in M&S.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a lot of. It's gonna sound classist, so apology, but
Oh boy.
a lot of posh level bullshit, and because they're not giving their money to the posh people, the ones that are making like thousands upon thousands of pounds every fucking minute, and that they're actually working with the community to actually improve so many damn things.
Mm.
that they are just butthurt and they're just trying to find a way to actually get money out of them.
Now, I could be wrong in saying this, but I do kind of remember, like, this was so long ago, that Steam even came out and said, like, for the I'm going to say the lesser known devs, because I don't really have a word to, replace that, so apologies. Don't they even give them a smaller percentage as well until, like, a certain amount of sales? Again, I could be wrong. I don't know for sure.
On
I'm gonna be honest with you on that. But...
On the development side of things, I am not aware. But on a consumer side of things, because that's where essentially that they're trying to make it sound like it's for the consumers, and then swap it to also being the developers at the same time, the ones who are posting the game on their store.
Yeah,
it sounds like what they're trying to do is they're trying to mix the two together, when in actual fact it doesn't work like that.
No, exactly.
That's two completely different areas. If they were focusing on the development side of things, I would say they would have having no idea about it, I would have to probably look into it more, and actually it would either be a case of, yeah, I agree to a certain extent, or no, they're completely off base. But literally trying to pair the two up, it just sounds like a load of bullshit.
Straight up, honestly.
I've literally had nothing but good experiences with Steam as a consumer. So
like, the only time I haven't is when, like, yes, there have been, like, DDoS attacks in the past, or it's been down for whatever reason, or it's bugged out.
That's generally part of the course.
Yeah, as part of the course, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they have done more for, those that are new into the game development, as well as, the people who buy games.
Yeah.
Than anywhere else. The fact is, it was like, yes, I had to wait a few hours to get my refund. Do not get me wrong. But I much preferred that experience compared to Epic giving me the runaround for several days straight.
Yeah. When you look at the amount of times that Epic's been sued as well, and they've lost, I don't know. It sounds like she's like been handed. It might be a bit of a weird analogy, but let me run with it. Sounds like she's been handed a gun. Sounds like she's been handed a gun, told to aim it at Steam and keep firing until eventually she hits.
Basically.
Fucking beans, give me a fucking break. I'm sorry. That's literally the most what the hell, like, that is
what would have been a much better analogy?
Go for it.
Is literally turning around and saying, like, obviously when a band is kind of popular but not like massively popular, their prices for their tickets for concerts and stuff like that are like relatively cheap, around about like 25 to 30 quid, maybe 40 at most, right?
Yeah.
And then the price being upped, not necessarily due to the band themselves wanting the money or whatever, but because of, say, like, storefronts such as Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Right? That would have been a much better analogy and would have been much more logical to have used rather than a retail store. Like, yes, Ticketmaster is still technically, in its own sense, a musical ticket provider. But it still makes more sense to have said that.
Yeah.
But the fact is, like, if you're a manufacturer of baked beans, I'm sorry, I've seen the Heinz beans be massively expensive at, say, Waitrose or M&S, for example.
Exactly.
But yet be so much cheaper in Iceland, in Asda.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Baked beans is actually different because there's Heinz, there's the brands, and then there's their own version, which is actually cheaper, and that doesn't have all the bells and fucking whistles.
Exactly.
So claiming baked beans, I'm sorry, is
fucking baked beans, bro.
It's so fucking baked in itself. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think she's playing. I think she's playing with a full can. I think some of the juice seeped out.
Oh my god.
Continue with the baked bean analogy here.
Honestly, it's great.
Fucking baked beans and Waitrose. Fuck off. Don't even get me started on Waitrose. That's not the conversation for here.
No, we're not. We're not gonna.
Nah. Is that it on that one?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Alright. So yeah, that's actually gonna be it. We do have, unfortunately, one little bit more of newsy news for you folks.
Yes.
And it's a bit of sad news, unfortunately. Obviously, as you can see, we're at episode 99, so next time would be episode 100. However, at episode 100 will be the very final episode of the Crust Flopcast. We've been going at this for a few years now, and genuinely, it's been a lot of fun actually doing this, and it's been great, but it's also been like stressful trying to keep up with all the news, making sure that stuff is actually right. Because the amount of times I've found, like, literally, I had 2 articles I was going to talk about, but then when I clicked on them to actually check, whilst Damon was talking about hers, they were no longer available. And it's like, it's trying to keep up with various things. And because sometimes when it comes to news, especially, I know it was my choice to do this every 2 weeks. We could have easily done it once every week, but I chose 2 weeks because then it gave us a chance to actually, because news can change.
Yeah.
And information can change so quickly. So I wanted time to cook on that one. So that's why I chose 2 weeks. But I feel that 100 episodes is honestly more than enough. And going forward in regards of any like gaming news, if we come across anything, we can just talk about it on our respective streams. So when we find it fresh. So this has been a lot of fun doing this. But 100 episodes, I think, honestly, I didn't think we'd make it to 100 at one point. But no, I've made the call. So next time on the next episode will be our final one. But when one thing ends, something else can begin. What'll happen in regards to gaming news, I don't know. But no doubt there'll probably be something, as I said, we might talk about, might dedicate some time during streams to talk about anything to give us like extra chance to talk about fresh stuff that pops up. And don't be surprised, we will obviously still talk about stuff that happens. We just won't be dedicating once every 2 weeks to do it. I will obviously still have all the episodes of the Flopcast up on YouTube. That's not going to change. It's just, I felt it's the right thing to do going forward. Yeah. I will admit I was upset when I made the call. But I
sat there silently crying as he broke the news to me.
Yeah, I hated the fact that I made Damo cry as a result of that.
But as I said, at the end of the day, I can't force you to do something that your heart isn't in.
Yeah.
That would be cruel.
Yeah. It just felt 100s was enough for me. And I just felt like it's time to move on to do some other stuff. So, sorry to end the this episode of Flopcast on a bit of sad news, but we'll obviously have things a bit more cheerful on the next episode as we wrap things up on that front. So, yes, with that being said, Damo, would you like to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsTamu, over on Twitter, Party with Knives, on TikTok, it's Tamu TV, and on Blueski, it's Tamu.
Yep. And you can see the pair of us sat with Ben hanging out while Demo plays Life is Strange while I'm playing Shadow of War tomorrow.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep. Have you worked out your schedule for the week?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I
So
don't really need to change anything. As lazy as it may seem to other people,
it
all
works.
I have to do is just literally go copy, paste.
It works.
Or just basically re-upload the image.
Yeah.
So it's really not an issue.
But yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you want to actually see all the different bullshit that we've actually spoken about over the years, all the different rants that I've had, also some of the rants that Damo's had as well, or maybe even see the origin of Sephiroth Massive Cock.
Yes.
That's one thing I don't think we'll ever stop joking about.
You know what we should do for the 100th episode as well, so people actually know kind of what we're talking about?
What's that?
Some of the clips that you got and put it into one video to play on stream, and then obviously stream it in Discord as well, so we can have a live reaction to it.
Oh God, you're gonna put me to do that work?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you work.
Oh fucking hell! I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Because we've had a fair amount of stuff that have obviously sometimes haven't been clipped as well. So
Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like for the stuff that is clipped specifically for the podcast, is like, you know, we'll have like in a video, we'll do commentary, and we can also obviously talk about like other stuff that isn't clipped.
all right, I'll see what I can do. I will see what I can do on that front. It's not a bad idea. Failing that, also I could just bring out the playlist and we can just like talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, though, folks, thank you for everyone who has tuned in to this episode of the Flopcast. Those of you who watch this live, if you missed anything of this, obviously you can still watch the VOD on Twitch, obviously, which will be gone in a couple of weeks. But you'll be able to watch the full thing over on YouTube, which I will get up as soon as possible. And those who watched on YouTube, if you seen anything that you liked about this or any information that we may have missed out in our reports, then do let us know in the comment section. But do not throw hate at us. We're just literally just doing the best that we can. Just two idiots scouring the internet just trying to find shit.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, folks, do you want to try doing the ending again?
I could try.
Because I know you've been doing it the past couple of times. So like, you know what? Go for it.
And with that being said, everybody, we're going to shut the doors to the lovely pizzeria of the Dough Boy. So with that being said, everyone, raise your pizzas high and say it with us.
Stay chaotic and live for the
and
challenge.
live for the challenge.
Bye-bye.
Bye.